Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is a VR to Tracy at Temperance Tarot. Tracy has started this wonderful series called How I Read Tarot for Myself. I think anybody can benefit from this series, but particularly people who might be new to tarot and are looking for some inspiration and ideas. My VR will be a combination of Tracy's two videos. So the first video, Tracy talks more generally about how she reads tarot for herself. She shows you her altar space and what she does there. And then her second video goes into how she chooses her decks. So mine will combine the two in this one video. So on the days that I telework, I will bring my tarot deck up here into the loft and do my daily draw. And then on the days that I go into the office, I have a deck that stays in my desk drawer there, and I will do my daily draw as soon as I step foot into the office. And some of the questions I might ask for my daily draw are, what do I need to keep in mind as I move throughout my day? Or what kind of energy do I need to bring forward as I go throughout this day? If I know I'm going to have some stresses ahead of me, I will maybe ask, how can I best manage my stress and my emotions, knowing that this is going to be a difficult and trying day? In the evenings, when Matt is home, I will do my tarot work in the spare bedroom downstairs, and on the weekends as well, because when Matt is home, I want a little more privacy and some quiet. Because this loft is an open space with no doors, no walls, you can hear everything. And so I will take you down to the spare bedroom right now and show you what I do there. The console table against the wall is what I showed in my inspiration space video, and the setup hasn't really changed all that much since then. Maybe a couple new crystals, and the little LOL doll is new. I got that as a party favor when I went to a friend's daughter's 5th birthday, and I thought that was really cute, so I put that there. But the folding table and stool in front, that is where I do my evening tarot work. And while it isn't ideal, it's way more comfortable than it looks. And when we have guests over who need to use that spare bedroom, I can just fold everything up and pack it away. The reading cloth is a quick DIY that I sewed together. I have a few of those, and I will throw one over the table just to make it look a little more inviting. And I will usually sit down with a cup of tea and, yeah, dive right into the cards. My evening sessions last anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes depending, but this is the time that I devote to my tarot spreads. And my go-to spread is a 3-card freestyle spread where I have a specific question in mind, and I throw down 3 cards and read them in no particular order. I just rely on my intuition to piece the meaning together. Right now I'm working with the Moon Void Tarot, and as you can see, I am riffle shuffling the deck in smaller batches because my hands are small and not very strong, and so if a deck is too thick or the cardstock is too stiff, that is what I'm forced to do. And then I end my riffle shuffling with an overhand shuffle, which I have said previously that I'm not the greatest at, as you will witness, but for some reason I like to end my shuffling that way. A few example questions that I might ask with a freestyle spread are, how can I better help a friend who's in a tough spot right now? What am I not seeing in this particular scenario? What are some things I need to think about if I take a certain course of action? And then sometimes, but not always, I will end the reading with a one card pull from an oracle deck. I do use some structured spreads, like for instance, this deck interview spread from Katie Flowers. Whenever I get a new tarot deck, this is my preferred interview spread, and it's worked really well for me. And then I have been known to use a few of the 3-card spreads from Biddy Tarot. If you are looking for some simple 3-card spreads, then this website is a great resource. Finally, I wanted to give a shout out to this quick tarot spread, Know, Grow, and Let Go from Inner Goddess Tarot. I worked with this spread for the first time last month and got some great value from it. So I recommend this one as well. You've just had a look at my working tarot space, and I think I'm a decent example of working with what you have, working with the space that's available, with the items that are available to you. I think it is fantastic that people are able to create such beautiful altar spaces and decorate their spaces with items that are meaningful to them, that inspire them. And I enjoy when people share that with me. And if you say are not called to create a space like that, or maybe you don't have the resources at this time for that kind of space, that doesn't make your tarot practice any less than. As long as you are comfortable and as long as you have the amount of privacy that you need, you can really throw the cards down anywhere you want. I have thrown down cards on my bed. I have thrown down cards on my dining room table. Anything goes. As long as, like I said, you feel comfortable in the space you're in and you have the privacy that you need. Moving on to how I choose decks for myself to read with. That is ever evolving. And for the longest time, I have chosen one deck to be my deck of the month. And that just simply means that it's the deck that I use for a majority of my tarot work for that month. Whether it's because it's a new deck that I haven't worked with yet, or it's a deck that I have neglected and want to give some love and attention. But this does not mean that this is the only deck that I work with. If I'm still really infatuated with the deck that I worked with the month before, I might still continue to use that deck here and there. And then, of course, there's my everyday witch, and she's not going anywhere. So I do have a few decks that I use throughout the month, but my working deck of the month is the deck that I try to place most of my focus on. And for the month of April, I have begun to use not just one tarot deck, but two. So 2 decks for the month. One being a RWS based deck and another being a PIP style deck. And I think moving forward, I might have to choose more than one deck to work with in a month, because if I keep to one deck a month, I might not be able to get through all of my decks in a year, which would make me sad. So we shall see. Again, it's ever changing, but right now that's what seems to be working for me. I do have an Instagram account, and I have not been consistent with it. I'm pretty shitty about it actually, but the reason I created that account to begin with is to participate in tarot Instagram challenges. That was one of the main reasons. I'm shitty about that too. I really have commitment issues, but I would like to get back into tarot Instagram challenges because they're a lot of fun. And what those are, if you don't already know, anybody can create a tarot challenge. And it's a month's worth of prompts. So each day there is a designated prompt, and you address that prompt by using the tarot. And usually there is a theme that ties all of those prompts together. And when it comes to tarot challenges or anything that I want to post on my Instagram, I don't just stick with the decks that I've chosen as my working decks. I will choose whatever. And that's another great excuse to kind of dip my hands into different decks that I've been neglecting. So if you look at my feed, you will just see random decks. It's just what I'm feeling. And I like to take pictures of, you know, different things. So it's not going to be just a straight month of my working deck. So that's how my Instagram feed has been going. I'll try to be better about that, but it's just it's just kind of low priority for me right now. And that is how I read tarot for myself. I hope you enjoyed this video, and a big thank you to Tracy for this series. It's wonderful, so please do check that out if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.